But talk to me on Dak. Factoring in this latest news, what do you make of his season-long projections?
Yeah, usually it's Dak Prescott. You want to head into the season and say, hey, this makes sense, because how many times have you watched the Dallas Cowboys? Very good offensive line, solid tight end, elite wide receivers, and talented skill position players in the backfield like Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. Now you take a look at it this year and say, well, looks like Dak's going to come in healthy. And from all the reports from the Jones family, boy, Dak looks like he's in the best shape of his career. We've never seen him play like this. Okay. And 2 out of the last 3 years, particularly the 2 years that he did stay healthy, Kevin, 2019, 4,900 yards. 2020 only played 5 games, but it looks like he was out to really set a record the year he actually got hurt and came back last year with a 2021 bounce back. We said, how's that ankle going to perform? And also that shoulder injury that it seemed like he had problems with in camp turned out to have almost 4,500 yards last year through 16 games. So you would figure if we're looking at a 4,250 total, it makes sense just to go over. But let's be honest here. You know, Gallup coming back this season off of an injury. CeeDee Lamb, who was playing that second fiddle where you can hide in coverage because you got Amari Cooper, he's now the number 1 guy. And also, is Dak Prescott going to have an extra second to throw the football behind that offensive line that just lost its all-pro left tackle? I'm not so sure I'm all that high on Dak Prescott. Now, there's some other options on this team I think that are a little bit better. Should Dak Prescott go over the 4,200 if he's healthy? Yes. He's a good quarterback in the NFL, and they should be able to do some things on offense. But right now, when you're talking about, is that meter pointed up? Is the bar going higher for the Dallas Cowboys where you're getting that excitement? No, it's going in the opposite direction. If you would have asked me maybe a month and a half ago, hey, look, Dak Prescott to get around 4,300 yards, yes, that makes a lot of sense. But right now, it's like the worst case scenario of asking us today if we like Dak Prescott based on the news yesterday and what we think this season is going to be.
The thing for me on the Dak numbers, though, is do you get a trade-off now? The offense doesn't look as clean as it would with Smith. But again, if this team goes from a group that last year was 12-5, let's just say they are 9-8 this year, right? Are we trailing a little more often? Are we seeing Dak being placed in a scenario where he has to throw the football? Because the one thing about Dak is, and the Cowboys, Donnie, is they're going to keep coming, right? Down 2 touchdowns, if it were to come to that point, right, and you're in the second half, that's a whole lot of Dak Prescott there, right? See, the touchdowns you start to worry about because perhaps the efficiency drops off in that department. Though last year he threw 37 touchdown passes, 5 of them in that final game against the Eagles backups. He did miss a game there. There's a lot of talent that it feels like left the wide receiver room. Michael Gallup, by the way, we've heard banged up. Amari Cooper now in Cleveland. The yardage number on Dak, in a weird give and take way, I think you can still be high on when you look at the way Dak has performed throughout his career, because you make the point, right? 3 seasons ago, 4,900 yards. Then the year he only played 5 games, he was early on pace to break the single-season record for passing yards. He was going over 5,000, no question. And then again last year, almost 4,500 yards, still only playing the 16 games.